believe you're knocking my style. I'm known for my style.
Barbie things, that's Barbie things. Barbie things, that's Barbie things. Barbie things, that's Barbie things. Barbie dream house, Barbie rings. Yeah, Barbie beach house, Barbie rings. Barbie white pickle, Barbie. See all shape, all offense. If you ever try to confiscate Barbie, Barbie things, that's Barbie things. Barbie things, that's Barbie.
Hello babes, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome. So in today's video we will be talking about the beautiful, iconic Miss Fran Fine and her fashion on The Nanny. So let's get into it. In 1993, one of the most iconic fashion forward sitcoms would air on television, a show created and produced by Fran Drescher and then husband Peter Mark Jacobson, taking inspiration from Fran's personal life growing up in Queens, New York. Fran Fine is introduced to us as the Jewish American beautiful fashionista who lands on the doorsteps of Maxwell Sheffield, Broadway producer, after she is dumped and fired by her boyfriend Danny. Fran, who previously worked as a bridal consultant, turns up to the Sheffield residence to sell cosmetics. However, she gets hired as a nanny. The Nanny was nominated 12 times for an Emmy, winning one, and Fran Drescher was nominated twice for a Golden Globe. Now let's get into the fashion. The Nanny is one of my all-time favorite shows that I still watch consistently almost every day, and a show that I just have to have playing in the background. It's a feel-good show that isn't heavy and uplifts your mood, and Fran was like a 90s version of Lucille Ball. But today I'll be discussing the iconic wardrobe worn by everyone's favorite nanny, Fran Fine. Fran Drescher was styled by Brenda Cooper for all 6 seasons of The Nanny, winning an Emmy for her groundbreaking fashion on The Nanny. Brenda had landed herself her first costuming gig on a show called Princesses, which starred Julie Hagerty, Twiggy, and her future longtime creative style partner, Fran Drescher. Brenda stated that Fran told her, "If I ever get my own show, I want you to be my designer." Staying true to her word, Fran would pitch The Nanny and called up Brenda to become her costume designer for the show. Brenda talked about her time on the show styling Fran and finding outfits, stating, "I knew that with that show, I was very clear that I wanted to make a statement of style that transcended the test of time. I literally had to go out into Beverly Hills and around LA and start shopping once I received the script." Fran worked in a formal household, and so in creating her character's style, I felt that there had to be a formality about it, but I didn't just want to do normal fashion. Now, many times the costume designers are overlooked or just don't get the credit they deserve when it comes to costume design. And you guys know on my channel, anytime I do a fashion breakdown, I always discuss the stylists, designers, and give them their flowers because they contribute in a major way when it comes to the fashion we see on our favorite TV shows, videos, movies, etc. So thank you, Miss Brenda Cooper, for your work with Fran Drescher on The Nanny, because it's inspired millions of girls around the world to express themselves through fashion, including me, and enter the field of fashion. The first episode of The Nanny set the tone for how Fran Fine will be dressed for the remainder of the show being on air. The song that accurately sang,
The flashy girl from Flushing, the nanny named Fran,
as she was most certainly the one to stand out and never follow any trends, not only within the show, but amongst TV period in the 90s. Fran was feminine, poised, and naturally sexy. Very rarely would she wear jeans or pants, and when she did, they were stylish. Fran Fine is another character who I'd consider to be hyper feminine. She loves all things feminine, bold, and vibrant. She was the embodiment of dress to impress. Anytime Fran graced our TV screens, she wore clothes in such a phenomenal way that it didn't matter if she wore a paper bag. What may have been deemed tacky by others, Fran would put it on and you would immediately want what she was wearing because she looked that good in it, which is a rare occurrence. Not many people can pull off any and every look that they wear, but Fran was one of those people, much like Rihanna. Fran had the shape, poise, posture, and confidence to pull off every look worn on the show. The fashion that was worn by Fran on this show wasn't your typical everyday fashion. that you could just pick up in a store. She was wearing high fashion, fresh off the runway pieces like Moschino, Chanel, Jean Paul Gaultier, Dolce & Gabbana, Dior, Vivienne Westwood, Versace, and more. Fran's character was a celebration of femininity and fashion. She embraced all things girly, sparkly, audacious, feathery, and colorful. She was unapologetically feminine. Like I stated in my hyperfemininity video, Fran was secure in who she was and could care less about critics when it came to her fashion, which we see on the show. Like the comments calling her a tramp or trollops, etc. by the men and women on this show because of how she dressed, which wasn't vulgar or raunchy, but considering the people she was around, they were stiff, bland, and boring, so they believed the fitted mini skirts and dresses were absolutely obscene, darling. Fran never carried herself in a rough, demeaning, or crass way. I've always found her to be classy, even in her sometimes airhead moments. She was nurturing and cared about the feelings of others and didn't tear down other women. Even Cece, who always made rude comments regarding her. Don't get me wrong, I love Cece. She was necessary, but she made a lot of negative, mean-spirited comments about Fran, and Fran never spewed any hate to her. Fran was a necessary character for TV and girls. She showcased that you didn't need to dress drab, lackluster, or be stoic and stuffy to be taken serious. Now let's talk about some of my absolute favorite outfits, which were extremely hard for me to choose from because of how incredible the wardrobe was on this show. First, let's start off with the iconic, classic little black bandage Hervé Leger dress and Love Heart Moschino bag. That is now such a rare find and piece. It's priced at $10,000 on some sites. This entire look is so simple yet so sexy and classic. The opaque black tights, crop jacket, black pumps, and red lip brought this look together so wonderfully. It's one of those timeless looks that don't ever go out of style, and this dress is still in the personal collection of Brenda Cooper. Next is, of course, the Bob Mackie dress she wears when she is supposed to attend a Barbra Streisand concert. A very My Fair Lady moment. The elegance of the gown and how she wore her hair up, the diamond choker, white gloves. This is one of those looks that you always are in awe of. When she comes down those steps, it's just perfection. Bob Mackie lent the dress to Brenda after Madonna wore it to the Academy Awards, and Bob Mackie is just legendary. He's designed some of the most iconic looks for Cher, Diana Ross, Lucille Ball, Carol Burnett, Diane Carroll, Tina Turner, Marilyn Monroe, and the list is just endless. And he helped to shape the fashion industry in many ways. The Anna Sui green tweed outfit, everything about this look is perfect. The tweed, the brown that balances it out, the Jean Paul Gaultier plaid yellow two-piece. I am in love with this, partly because it's a different version of the Jean Paul Gaultier Cher wears in Clueless, but also because it's such a 90s classic piece. As soon as you see this look, it just brings you back to the 90s and that nostalgia of the 90s in fashion. The Dolce & Gabbana zebra dress and the black turtleneck she wears underneath it, which is Fran's signature. She loved a black turtleneck. The plaid Dolce & Gabbana plaid blazer that I am still in love with and need. The Dolce & Gabbana lace velvet bustier. The Moschino pink and black leather alligator trench coat. The Moschino tweed set. The Moschino cloud pants and tied up white button down. The Moschino couture sequin crop jacket that was a part of the 1991 to 1994 collection, dedicated to some of the most important cities in Italy, like Naples, Venice, Florence, Pisa, and Rome. This specific jacket was representing Florence. The cheetah print Alaya look, the Alaya mini dress with the black turtleneck that was worn on the runway by Miss Naomi Campbell, the purple shimmery Fendi two-piece and purple shawl, the Chanel cropped blazer, skirt, and chain belt along with the bag, the Todd Autumn abstract sequin lawn gown, and black gloves. I would be here all day if I listed all of the looks I loved on this show, but these are just some of my favorite looks. This wardrobe is something that many dream of, to not only have your own show, but to have the wardrobe of your dreams and create magic with your stylist and costume designer who is just brilliant at what she does. It's something that only people can dream of and doesn't happen often. I loved her big hair and natural but glamorous makeup. Fran was just the it girl of the 90s. She could do no wrong to me. I don't care what she wore, she just looked incredible in it. The entire wardrobe after the show ended was sold to a thrift store, which I cannot believe, especially seeing as how much of the fans would rave about her wardrobe and how much they loved her clothes. It should have been archived and later on put on display at exhibits, which was done in France, but I think it would have been such an incredible experience for fans to go and visit and get backstories on how the outfits came to be, the price during that time, and the adjustments that they made. I think would have just been incredible. I love The Nanny. It's one of my favorite shows, so I'm here for anything centering around The Nanny. As you can tell, I am obsessed with this show. Anyone who knows me thinks I watch it entirely too much, but I don't care. But it's a classic and the fashion never goes out of style. I love how expressive, bubbly, and vivacious Fran and her wardrobe were. The entire cast just had amazing chemistry. I do plan on doing episode breakdowns and outfit breakdowns for The Nanny. But with that being said, this video has come to an end. Let me know below what are some of your favorite Fran Fine outfits, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Liking helps with the algorithm. Make sure your notification bells are turned on so that you're always notified when I upload, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Toodles!